Now, as far as your other trees here, the first two tiers is all you can get to in any tree anyway, in your off tree, because you only have 10 points left over to deal with. So you'll notice they changed cruelty over here to where it only affects your staple ability, either Bloodthirst, Mortal Strike, or Shield Slam. But a 10% critical strike chance to Shield Slam's good anyway, so we'll still pick it up. Um, Armored to the Teeth is the same. Now there's nothing really you'll want in the second level here, but there is some new stuff over here you might look into. War Academy increases the damage of your heroic strike. You wouldn't use the other abilities as a tank anyway, so this is basically just a 15% to a heroic strike for you. Uh, Now increases bleed damage done by your rend by up to 30%. I'm not sure with Blood and Thunder over here how much damage rend is actually going to account for. So I don't know if people will be picking up this talent for tanking anyway. This Blood and Thunder talent over here means they're wanting you to put rend on a target, but I'm not sure how big a deal it's going to be. Field dressing is just it increases all healing effects on you by 6% is the part we're worried about. That's going to be pretty good for a tank because they said overhealing by the healers are going to go way down. So they're not going to be topping you off as much. So 6% is going to be much bigger of a deal. Um, Let me see how long we have here. Okay. We have enough time. We're going to go over Fury as well. They have some neat things. Now, I don't play ARMS, so I can't really tell you much about what they've changed in that tree. Everything looks kind of the same, but they've condensed it down. Um, in your Fury tree, there's a few things I didn't like. First off, they designed the talents to where they're basically telling you to pick up Unbridled Wrath. This is a talent that a lot of people skipped as gear levels got higher in the old expansion because they kept enough rage to do what they wanted. But they're basically, you'll see how they put the talents together. They're basically requiring you to take this talent, which I'm sure a lot of people won't like. But of course, we've went over those two. So um, in the second, Blood Craze is the same. It's more a PvP thing. Intensify Rage, you'll remember, used to be way down in the talent tree. It reduces all your cooldowns that are important to you. That'll be more important when you look at a new talent further down in the tree. Um, but this is 33% cooldown reduction on your DPS cooldowns. Improved execute remains unchanged. Now on this tier, you have Enrage, which after taking damage from an attack, as a DPS, you're not going to be activating that very often, so a lot of people skipped that if they weren't leveling. That's more a leveling kind of talent. And right here, Fury in the Blood. This is why Intensify Rage is over this, because it increases your damage by 10% while Blood Rage or Berserker Rage is active, and of course their cooldowns get reduced. So on this you have Piercing Howl, which is a PvP talent. Impending Victory, this is something kind of new, I believe. This gives you a 20% chance when you Heroic Strike or Bloodthirst or Slam to activate your Victory Rush. So you can incorporate Victory Rush procs into your DPS cycle. They took away Whirlwind as an important ability, and made it more just a generalized AoE ability. So to replace that in single target DPS, I think they had to give you something, and that was it. Now you'll see here we're at a predicament where we can't go further down into the tree unless we pick up either PvP talents or Unbridled Wrath. So I'm thinking they're wanting you to pick up Unbridled Wrath right there. Um, in this one, you have your flurry remains rather unchanged. Um, Even the odds is their improved whirlwind. It just improves your cleave and whirlwind. So that's worth picking up just for the cleave or the whirlwind. So having both is good. Booming voice. They changed the shouts to where I think in the kata they give you rage when you use them, kind of like the Horn of Winter for Death Knights. Um, then, and this just gives you some additional rage when you use them. Uh, Furious attacks just gives the Mortal Strike debuff to all your normal attacks. That's more a PvP thing. Then you pick up your Death Wish. That remains unchanged as far as I can see. And Rampage remains unchanged. And Heroic Fury is a new thing. You'll notice this was in the beta of Wrath of the Lich King too, and they took it out because they could never balance it right, um, as far as what they wanted it to do and range and whether it felt right as a warrior. It started out as the 51 point talent for um, Fury, and then got moved off of that, and then got scrapped altogether by the time the game came out. Um, but this is more a PvP thing too. So to get further into this tree, we're gonna have to pick up either Booming Voice or the PvP talents. So we'll pick up Booming Voice because, like I said, they said you're gonna be rage starved a lot more in the next expansion. So they give you a lot of abilities. They're just about giving you rage. Um, Now here you have Blood Surge. Uh, Same thing as it was before. It makes your slam instant. Uh, Now you have this Skirmisher that is more for PvP as well. It reduces your intercept and your heroic leap by 15 seconds. So you can now you're at a point where you have to either pick up some of these PvP styled talents to get down into the last part of the tree. So you can pick what you want there. Piercing Howl I find very effective. So, and then down at the bottom you'll notice there's two 31 point talents now, and they're for single-minded fury when you dual-wield one-handed weapons, and Titan's grip for it's unchanged. They said they want Fury to have the choice of wielding one-handed weapons as well, and these are supposed to be balanced to where at the same gear level they're roughly the same. So you can dual wield two big, two-handers and take the damage reduction, or you can wield two single-handed weapons and take a damage increase. And they should equal out about the same. Now, when you're not in a theoretical max gear level, you're going to take the one whose weapons you actually have. If you got a new shiny epic one-hander, then you're probably going to take single-minded fury, and vice versa. So it'll be interesting whether they can balance that right to where they are roughly the same based on what weapon you have. Uh, so so you just take one. I'll take Titan's Grip for the analogy here, and then you'll want to go back over into arms just like you do today, and go down to both Deep Wounds and Impale, which you take nowadays anyway. So that was a quick look at, or not so quick look at, the warrior talents available in Cataclysm.